Machine, update settings, blah, blah, blah. Go to the live dashboard now and slap that bad boy over there. I got 2 Ponytown tabs open. Whoa, I'm an epic gamer. It's so epic. Whoa, 2 tabs. I can't believe it. Let's get this, let's try to share this over to the Discord server, or at least grab the link so we'll be ready to do that. And see who comes by first. Who will be first? It's a race now, guys. It's a race now. Everyone live now. Making a video live. Raise money for my wedding. I'm getting married, guys. There we go. Hit enter there. Share it. Bada bing, bada boom. Looks like Kitty Girl. Hello. Funny pony person. Welcome to the stream. You are the first one here. Majuska, hello. Taily647, hello. Welcome, 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 one and all. We got multiple Ponytown tabs open over here. It's crazy. This is gonna be one hell of a stream. It's gonna be a weird stream, I feel like, because there's gonna be some points where I'm just straight up ignoring everybody for a short period of time, because I'm going to be making a video live on stream. I've never done this before. I've done something similar to this before for channel members. I made a video from scratch, from the very beginning, all the way through the editing process and everything like that, showing every part of it for a channel member exclusive video before, and then I released that as like the raw footage basically for channel members, as well as all the other processes and stuff like that for channel members, and then I released the actual main completed version for non-channel members, and I thought that was kind of fun. And I think it could be kind of fun to do that for a live stream. I think it might be fun to just kind of show you guys the process that I typically take here for everything. So we got some stuff going on here. Dolan Jashville, hello, welcome to the stream. Scooty, hello. Machuska playing Roblox. Dang, haven't you edited on stream? I have edited on stream before, but this is straight up like I'm gonna be recording the video, like, and everything. I'm not just gonna be editing. I'm gonna edit a little bit, obviously, but I'm gonna be doing like the entire process, from like going through the idea that I have here for a video, recording the idea on stream, and then I'm gonna edit it, and then I'm not gonna release the video obviously, but like every part of it is gonna be here in this video, and I'll even get some feedback from you guys and stuff like that as well. So it might be kind of interesting. I'm really curious of how this will go out, like how everything will play out and everything. Now, we are trying to raise money for the wedding. I will show the donation rewards. If you donate $5 or more, you get to get your name on a canvas, which is going to be part of the real life wedding. And you get to change my Discord profile picture for a day. If you donate $10 or more, you get to post on my Blue Sky account, and I will draw your pony. If you donate $15 or more, you'll get invited to a virtual wedding, which we're going to do in addition to the main one in real life. Then $20, and I'll add you as a friend in Ponytown. So there's a handful of things there that you can get for donating. In addition to that, we are trying to get certain goals, and when we reach certain milestones, we'll be doing different things. Like 200, we give the Nitro giveaway, which we've technically already done. The live autism ADHD test, we'll do that at 300, and at 400, we're going to do a cooking live stream. And at 500, 600, we'll probably do some more interesting live stream milestones as well. But those are the ideas that we have and the things that we're going to be doing here. Kitty Girl says they're attempting to 100% Breath of the Wild plus DLC from scratch right now, but let's be honest, it's the Koroks that are going to make me insane. Isn't there like over 100 of those or something like that in Breath of the Wild? I've never actually played it. I've heard some. Oh, that's the wrong button. I've heard some things about it that there's just too many of them. But either way, here is the concept for the video that I got here. I have a list already of 5 things, so even without any feedback or anything like that, I should be able to do it. But I would love to hear what you guys think of the video idea and a little bit of the list and stuff like that. This basically is going to be, and I've talked about this before in live streams and videos and stuff like that. I think there are some things that Ponytown should prioritize doing before they start adding more features. I think the game is complete enough that they should start focusing on these specific things in the game. These should be their next priority in the game. Now, is it their next priority? That's to be seen. But this list here is of things that I think they should put some more focus on, more attention into, and things that I think they should are smaller things like new customization or new items or something like that. This should be the things they prioritize. That is what the video is going to be about. I'm curious if you guys have anything you want to add to that list. I don't want to necessarily share the list here because I'm going to be doing that obviously for the video. This may be kind of, I'm not going to say controversial, but this is going to be something that's like, I think I'm like in a minority here when I say that I use Bandicam to record everything. Is anybody else's stream lagging, or is it just me? Oh, it looks like it is trying to die. It is trying to die. It's not just you. Trust me, it's not just you. It's just lagging. Okay, it's just lagging. It's just like that. That's how we live. It's already time for the live Danny lag experience. If it cuts out completely, try to refresh the stream, because YouTube does that sometimes. If it's still gone after you refresh a couple of times, then it probably is just dead. But hang in there, because we'll probably try to restart it if that happens early in the stream. Jamie101, hello. Honeykit, hello. Yes, it's lagging and cutting out for me. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it. The internet is just bad. It just is what it is. Sam's Doll channel, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm seeing a lot of new faces here. Bandicam is what I use to record everything with. Now, this is free, but if you want if you don't want the watermark, you have to pay for it. I paid for it a long time ago, and I think it was only like $30 when I paid for it. I really don't know how expensive it is, but this is what I use to take screenshots, what I use to record everything. Get OBS Studio instead of Bandicam. I don't like OBS. I've had too many issues with OBS recording before in the past, so I switched to Bandicam. Bandicam has literally never let me down. The only issue I've ever had with Bandicam is this right here. And this, I don't think is Bandicam's fault. I think it's my computer's fault. But sometimes when my computer updates, it resets my sound settings. Not just for Bandicam, but it does it for OBS Studio when I'm streaming. It does it for Discord. It does it for a lot of things. It will reset my audio settings, so it won't have my microphone enabled anymore. So I have to train myself to check the sound settings before I actually start recording, because if I don't do that, there's a chance I just don't have any audio at all in the video, and that's just terrible. You don't want that. That's the only issue I've ever had with Bandicam. Maybe when I first got it, maybe my computer wasn't super great, so it was like kind of laggy. This is cool too, because like as you saw there, I just pressed this single button right here, and it brought up this border right here, and I can actually adjust it by clicking the bars up here in the top left. You might not be able to see it very well because of the Help Fun Wedding thing there. But there's a thing here that says size, and then I have size presets, because I've made some size presets, and I have one for Minecraft, which if I record with Minecraft, and I have one for Ponytown, which is good for whenever I record with Ponytown. Audio cutting isn't happening on my end. I've never seen that happen before. Let me check some settings here on Streamlabs. I can change the desktop audio a little bit, but it shouldn't be cutting out. There shouldn't be any reason for the audio to be cutting out. The audio keeps disappearing and reappearing for me. That's very strange. I've never seen that happen before. I'm really sorry, Honeykit. I don't know what to do about that. I guess you could try to refresh or something. But anyway, this is what I used to record everything with. There's a bunch of other settings and stuff like that with Bandicam, and there's a bunch of other things you can do. One of the settings that I do have is, if I go on here, you can see that I have it set like this. So save audio tracks while recording, record sound. I don't have this set to primary. I have it set to secondary, because what this does is, with these settings I have here, basically what this does is it records the desktop audio separate from my voice audio. So if there's a bunch of desktop noise and stuff like that I can't control, or that happens randomly, I can cut that out of the video without cutting out my voice as well. So that's what we got going on here. So that's how I do my settings. That's how I like it, because especially if I'm recording with other people, I can make that person mute while I'm explaining something, you know what I'm saying, in the editing process. So it's good for that stuff. But for now, I think we're good to get started with the actual video process here. Thank God I refreshed. I was about to tweak. One of my friends had no problem with OBS. Your PC has probably a skill issue. My PC runs a lot of things perfectly fine. I don't know what I think it's just my own stupidity when it comes to OBS, because there's a lot of settings. There's so many effects and settings and everything like that. Bandicam is just extremely simple. You press a button, you choose your mic basically, and you can start recording, taking screenshots, whatever. It's just super easy, and it's idiot proof. That's why I use it. But either way, that is going to do it for that section. I think we can get started with actually recording the video, which means I might not be able to respond too much to the chat for a few minutes. And you guys will get to see all the bloopers, basically, all the mistakes that I make. I'm back. My Wi-Fi sucks. Oh, I'm sorry. My Wi-Fi sucks too. It's terrible. I get the worst internet. I got terrible connections here. Anyway. Let's try to get started. Let me go ahead and get in the game, because that's probably where we're going to see the most amount of lag and issues and stuff. Yeah, see, that's bad. That's already bad, but that's okay. All right. I'm going to be sitting right here, I guess. This is where I'll be sitting. It's not bad games. Nora the Silly, hello, welcome to the stream. Let's get started. Okay. See, I just hit that red button and it starts recording. It shows me the timer and everything. It's perfect. It's amazing. All right. Hello all, and welcome back to another wonderful video. Maybe I shouldn't start it out like that, because that's how I used to start out videos. Let me do something a little bit different here. Ponytown should prioritize these things no, hang on, that's bad too. Hang on. I don't have a script. I usually don't have a script for these, so I usually just freehand this basically. Funny Bunny, hello, welcome to the stream. I think the best way to start is the tables, I guess, since that's on the list. In Ponytown, tables are absolutely terrible. They're awful. They are extremely difficult to work with. Sometimes you can get lucky and you can get some tables and some items that will actually go above the table and actually be on top of them. And sometimes I should have another table. I should have another table here, like right here or something. And then I could try to put that a plushie on it or something. Or I should just move that onto that and show that it doesn't work. Okay, that's what we'll do. Just watch a YouTube tutorial if you're using OBS. I don't need no tutorials. All right, boom. Get my crowbar back out. Okay. You should try hello everybody and welcome back to another wonderful video of mine. I used to do something kind of similar to that. I stopped doing that a long time ago. Anyway, that's like 2 minutes of me blundering, so I'm just going to stop the recording and then I'm going to start a second one and then we'll use this one instead. Tables are something in Ponytown that are absolutely awful and difficult to work with. I think everybody in the community has agreed that tables are just absolutely terrible. They're awful. They're extremely difficult to work with. Sometimes you get lucky and you can get some items and some tables that work well together, like this one right here. And other times you have small tables like this that can't even hold a spoon or a watermelon or basically anything that was on this table. None of it will ever actually be on top of this table because this table is terrible. And this is just one of many things that I think Ponytown should prioritize working on and fixing in the game. And that is the topic of today's video. We're going to talk about all of the things that I think Ponytown should prioritize and focus on and hopefully fix before they focus on other things in the game, because there are plenty of things in the game that can wait. We have plenty of customization. We have plenty of items in the build menu. We have over 1,000 of them, by the way. There is a ton of items in the build menu. And honestly, I think there's bigger things that we should be focusing on before we focus on adding new items or customizations or even other certain features. But this table is definitely one of the main ones. This has been like this since the inception of building. Ever since building has existed in the game, tables just haven't worked the way you wanted them to. So that is definitely the number one thing that I think they should prioritize fixing, but there are plenty of other things, and in today's video, let's go over them. So starting off, we have changing the sign-in options. Signing in this game is actually pretty simple. That was the wrong button. This is the right one. Signing in the game is actually extremely simple and easy. Whenever you come to the game for the first time, or even when you're signing back in after being logged out or something like that, this is what you're greeted with. You get this right here, sign in or sign up, and it shows you a bunch of different social medias, as well as these right here, which these socials can all be used to sign in to an existing Ponytown account, so maybe these should be the ones that you focus on mostly. But here is the problem with this. This system here makes it incredibly easy to accidentally make a second account. Let's say I played the game for a while, I play the game a bunch. Ooh, look at me. Ooh, look at me. I built a beautiful island. And now I'm bored. I don't like this game anymore. I'm gonna stop playing. I'm gonna sign out. I'm gonna close and everything like that. And I'm gonna be off. I'm no longer playing Ponytown. And let's say I take a break for a week, 2 weeks, a month, or something like that, and I hear through the grapevine that there's some new grand update in Ponytown. And I think to myself, hell yeah, I haven't played Ponytown in about a month. Let me go back to Ponytown and try this out again. And so I open up Ponytown and I see this and I'm like, damn, which social media did I use to sign into Ponytown again? And I'm like, I think it was Twitter. And then you click Twitter, and it turns out it was actually Discord that you signed in with. But since you click Twitter, you very quickly accidentally create a new account, which is against the rules. If we actually go to the game itself here and go to Ponytown, right here it says don't create more than one account. However, Ponytown makes it extremely easy to make a second account. It's not just like, easy, like, it makes it easy to break the rule. It's so easy, it can be accidentally done. It's so easy to accidentally do it, basically, and that is just something that should not be in the game. When you go to sign in, let's say I click on the Twitter thing there, it should then have you sign in with your social media and all that other stuff like that, and then Ponytown should say, hey, there's no account with this, do you want to create one? And then you can say, yes, I want to create one, or no, I don't want to create one. And then that would tell you, hey, this isn't the one you had signed in with previously. So I can say, no, I don't want to create one because I already have one. Then you get brought back to this page and be like, well, it must have been Discord that I signed in with. So you sign up with Discord and everything can be fixed there. And it makes it so much easier to not accidentally create extra accounts, because creating extra accounts, of course, like I said, is against the rules. And sure, if that happens, you can always email Ponytown and tell them, hey, I accidentally created a second account, and they will try to merge your accounts and everything could be fixed there. But I think this will definitely greatly decrease the chances of people accidentally creating second accounts and potentially losing them completely forever. I gotta look at my list now. The next one is you don't even use tables. Damn, it's terrible. You gotta use tables. Some of the tables work. The next one is reporting. The next thing on our list is reporting players. Now, the way it currently works in the game is actually extremely frustrating. Where is my boat? It's all the way over here. Reporting players in this game is actually extremely frustrating. If I go to the game right now, click on, let's say, Girl Kisser right here. Let's say I want to report this player. To do that, I have to click on this player, click this button here, and then click this button right here, hide for 24 hours or block or something to that effect. And then I hit block, and it's like block request, block chat, blah, blah, blah. You can hide them permanently, 7 days, whatever. Doesn't matter, 15 minutes. Block them. They're gone. They're blocked forever now. Oh, I blocked requests from them. I did the wrong kind of blocking. Hang on, let me go back to them. I want to hide fully, not see, even me knowing how to report players makes this extremely difficult. So I'll just hide fully for 15 minutes and block, and now they are hidden for 15 minutes. I can go back to my island where it's safe and I don't see creepy messages. I can go to this menu here, go to the top where my name is, click on that, click on account settings, and then scroll on down to where my blocked players list is, find this person here, copy that name right there. If you don't technically have to copy the name, I guess you could like write down the name or something like that, or tell them the information about it. Then you have to come up here, get your account ID, then you have to email Ponytown, this person, reporting this person, this is their name in my hiddens list, blah, 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 all of this information. It is just a hassle to report players in this game. It is a disaster, and it can all be fixed with a very simple thing, a report button. Now, a report button would be basically the same thing. You go to the island, you see somebody doing something they shouldn't be, you click on them, click this, and instead of having a block option, there should still be a block option, of course, there would be another option right underneath it that says report player. You click on it, and then it brings up a menu kind of similar to this, and instead of just having a note as an optional, it would literally be put in all the information you need to about what this person did and everything like that. And then you hit send, and it sends it to the email automatically, and you're done. The player would be reported. It would be a super simple solution, super simple system, but if they didn't want to do that for whatever reason, which it is starting to seem like they don't want to do, there is still another solution and something else they definitely, in my opinion, absolutely have to do, and that is explain how to report a player. Because as far as I'm aware, the only reason anybody in this game knows how to report another player is through my videos and other people in the game explaining how to report players. There's basically no way to know how to report players besides asking a ton of people and hoping that one of them gives you the correct information. So I propose that if you don't want to introduce a report button, maybe that needs a long, maybe that's something they can't do until they have a much bigger team or something like that. At the bare minimum, you need to put it on the help page and the about page potentially, right here where it says help, all of the common issues, the contact information. Right here where it says contact, it should say, please see our common issues if you have any questions or technical issues. And then instead of just saying for everything else, it should say, if you want to report a player, here's the list of steps you need to do to report a player. And then also include the email right there. They should, at the very bare minimum, explain to players in the help page how to report a player. Additionally, this, you don't technically have to do this, but if I go to, let's say, hide another player, let's go back to the island, let's say we're hiding Halfstorm here, when I go to block them, maybe when I go to hide them or time them out or whatever else like that, maybe it should, instead of just saying this, there should be more information on here that says, hey, if you're blocking this player, do you also want to report them? Here's how to do it, and include the email and all the steps included in that as well. This would also be extremely helpful in the game, but of course, that is just something that I personally think they definitely need to prioritize. Something else, and this one is not as important as other stuff, but things like the signpost here, I think could use some improvement. For starters, if there's a player standing right here, and I'm a new player, I will have no idea there's a signpost here. I will have no idea how to find certain locations because the signpost will be covered up by players. And that is something that you just don't want to have. There is technically ways to click on it, because if there's a player blocking it, you can hold shift, and when you click on it, and it will still click on it, and it will still show you the information like that. But again, these signposts should be specifically for new players, and I think, yeah, like right here, for example, like this person's covering up part of it, obviously not all of it. I think a simple solution to this would be to just have these be taller so that players can't cover them up. Make them as tall as the lantern posts or something like that, or maybe even change them to some extent. Is this Animal Crossing right here? This is amazing. You got Blathers and Celeste here. But I think that's something that's super simple. It's not obviously as big of a priority or as big of an issue as like reporting players or some of the other things, but I think it definitely should be improved and something that they should try to focus on. All right, and here is the last one on my list. Guys, this one is, again, maybe not the biggest issue out there, but I personally think that there should be a second safe server. Right now, if you go to the servers, right here, there is over 3,000 people on the safe server. You could say it's Safe English, you could say it's a global safe server, whatever, but there is only one of these, and it has 3,500 people in it. Now, I don't know, I can't say this for certain, but I have been here many times. I've been in Ponytown for a long time. Almost every time I go onto Ponytown, there's almost 3,000 people in the safe server. There's almost always this many people in the safe server, and so I think we need a second safe server. Now, some people have argued that we need a PG-13 server and things like that, and I don't want to comment on any of that stuff, but I think we definitely need a second safe server. Because look how many people are online here, and then look at how many people are online on Safe Russian 1. There's 4,000 people here. It makes sense that they have over 3,000 people, that they need at least a second Safe Russian server, but instead of just having a second one, they have 3. And then over here, you go to the Safe Spanish. That could arguably have a second safe server as well, but maybe it's not big enough. But then you go to Safe Vietnamese, and there's not even an 18 plus Vietnamese server, which is also kind of strange. But again, there's over 3,000 of them, so they split it up into more than one safe server. I think Ponytown should introduce a second global safe server. You could probably get away with getting rid of one of the Vietnamese ones or one of the safe Russian ones if you really absolutely needed to in order to afford the second safe server, whatever. But that is definitely something else I think they should prioritize in this game. Are there any other things in this game that you think they should prioritize fixing or introducing next in the game? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, that's going to do it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all of those wonderful things like that. Because when you do wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful. I'm going to the beach. What the fuck? I'm over here now. All right, well, that's it. That's the thing there. All right, let's look at some of the things you guys were saying. I'm gonna sit up here in a random spot and see what you guys were saying. Let's see what happened here. Let's see what happened here. Tables are very annoying. I normally just use the plank seats as tables. Yeah. I was literally just telling somebody about that as like something people do. The sign-in options are great, but except if you forget the password. Yeah, the sign-in options, like I said, it's just too annoying, and it's not annoying. It's just too easy to accidentally make a second account. You can delete the second account yourself. Yes, you can, but not everybody knows that as well. That's something else too. And that also didn't used to be a thing. Poor Pony being blocked. I guess it was only for 15 minutes. Actually, you know what? I'll just go and unblock him right now. Let me do that right now. Unblock. It expires in 7 minutes anyway, but there you go. Girl kisser, you're not blocked anymore. Congratulations. But yeah, there is like a sign out and delete account option there. I know, but tables, I could put things on the front of the table because tables don't. Yeah, they just don't like items. They just don't like them. Yeah, if you decorate it right, you can make them look really good. Daniel also behind the scenes. That's what we're doing, kind of. Technically, a report button is kind of good, I agree, but some people would abuse this and just report players for no reason at all. Still a good suggestion, though. A report button isn't necessarily what I was asking for. We need, at the bare minimum, information on the help page or the about page on how to report a player. Because players need to know how to report somebody. If this person is harassing me and causing problems for other people and just overall is like, let's say they're, you know, racist or they're a Nazi or something like that, you should be able to report them. You need to know how to report that player because you should report that player because they do not need to be on this platform. But the game makes it impossible to know how to do that. It's literally impossible to know unless you just have to hope that that information is correct that you heard, because then you might go to report them and then it's just a whole thing. Yeah, it's just unclear how to report people. River, Minty, hello. Scooty, River, hello. Good news, bad news, good news. I got a USB mic. Yippee. Bad news, my laptop charger broke and none of my electronic stores around me carry oh, that's a weird name. Chargers. That is terrible, River. That is terrible information. You're going to have to order that online, I guess. I don't know. Minty says magic. Scooty says darn. Danny, right now. Done. So that is basically that's basically what I do for videos and everything like that. Let's go to the safe server and I'll sit at a spot somewhere. That way you guys can like hang out a little bit. And then I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the editing process, too. I guess we're next to the pumpkin patch, so that's where we're meeting at, I guess. I'll sit right here in the pumpkins. Just like that. If you guys want to find me, I'm at the pumpkin patch. Here it is on the minimap. It's look how many people there are. There's somebody already. Ramsey the goat. It's Maple. I didn't know Maple was on. That's crazy. Yeah, this is where you can find me at the pumpkin patch. You ever just make tea in the morning? No, I don't make tea that often. Unfortunately not. But that's where I am. Now, for the editing stuff right here, that's obviously like one of the things that takes the longest. But considering how short the video is, it might not take too long because like there's not really a whole lot to necessarily do here. But I use Filmora. I use Wondershell Filmora. I've heard some bad things about this, and honestly, I'm not a huge fan of it purely because of the AI stuff that they've been doing lately with all the AI features and things like that. That is the thing that I hate most about this, besides the expense of it. It's actually kind of expensive. It was like $80 or something like that for this editing software. If you don't spend that, then you get a fat watermark across your whole screen basically, and that's just terrible. Nobody needs that. It's just not great. We're not going to update this. We're just going to go straight into getting these files over. So I'm going to my Bandicam folder. It's trying to tell me about stuff. I don't care. I don't want to update it. I needed to go to Hawaii specific store, but it closed. It's closed for the weekend. Oh, shit. Time to hunt Danny down. Oh, shit. This was it right here, and this was the audio. So there's two things. Importing files, boom, and now I can just grab both and slap it right there. Keep the project settings and get rid of this blubber at the beginning and start it right there. Zoom in right here. One thing that I do love about Wondershare is the global media tab. This is a set of folders that you can create yourself that will be available in every single project you open. So if there's things like the channel member stuff that you need in basically every single video, you can do that without having to import it to your project every single time. It will literally just already be there for you, basically. It is a little bit glitchy, and like as you can see here, like I don't have like the music isn't very much. You can tell because this bar is really low. But if I scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll, that bar will get lower because it's loading the rest of them. That is the only thing that I have complaints about with that as well. But we're gonna do awake because that's usually what I use for the intro. We'll trim that by a second. Come here, minus 28. That's the audio level, by the way. And I'm gonna move that over a little bit more. Click on this, double click on this, click video, and then I can zoom in here like this as well. Just to get, probably should zoom in a little bit more. Just to get rid of the sides there, because as you can see, like there's black bars here and a little bit of the purple from that. I don't like seeing actions on screen as well. We can just zoom in a little bit there, and boom, there you go. By the way, it's Huawei, I believe. Fair enough. The reason why the offline was crying, by the way, is because they're in love with Fez, and they're with a different offline. They're with a different woman, and they're crying because they're sad about it. But yeah, let me move my mic up a little bit here. This is basically the editing process now, and I've shared this before in videos and everything else. This helps, like what this does basically, what I'm doing right here. Basically what this does is it like helps the sound fade in rather than just cut in. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to ads and logos because that's where I have my intro at. I'll slap that down, keep the project settings, and then I have Almighty Toaster as a channel member as well, so I'll put them down right there. Zoom it out a little bit, and I can double click on this, click on animation, and then hit slide up. Click on this, slide up, okay, and then I forgot the become a channel member as well. Double click on it, and you'll be on basic. You click over to animations, and you can do these different animations to make it fade in or whatever else like that. I usually use slide in for these, and now I go to transitions. Transitions are technically different from the animations. I use simple roll 12 to make these roll out of the way. And I don't know if this is a good spot for these yet, but I can easily just move them like that or whatever. And then I can hit home on my keyboard, and it brings me all the way over here. I always do fade on the intro, and I just shorten it to like 0.6 of a second or whatever else like that. We can hit save so that we can save this, and we'll say things Ponytown needs to prioritize. It doesn't matter if it's spelled wrong because that's not the name of the video. Remember my character, the Rotterdam's final boss? Well, that character is me. Oh no! Oh god, this is the worst thing that ever could have happened. Tables are something in Ponytown. I gotta. Tables are something in Ponytown that are absolutely awful and difficult to work with. I think everybody in the community has agreed that tables are just absolutely terrible. They're awful. They're extremely difficult to work with. Sometimes you get lucky and you can get some items and some tables that work well together, like this one right here, and other times you have small tables. Yeah, I'm gonna move this out of the way because you can't see this, that can't even hold a spoon or a watermelon or basically anything that was on this table. It can't hold anything. Actually be on top of this table terrible. Because this table is terrible. And this is just one of many things that I think Ponytown should prioritize working on and fixing in the game. So there's obviously nothing there. I think I messed up some of the audio here too, but I'm gonna listen to it. And if if there is, I can obviously cut it out.
Is the topic of
You're a bat pony now?
We're going to talk about all of the things that I think Ponytown should prioritize and focus on and hopefully fix before they focus on other things in the game, because there are plenty of
Yeah, I think that's fine. Let me go ahead and cut this here, and then do that, and then this and this. It's important when you're editing to save basically after every single edit that you make. Like I just cut that there, and then I hit Control S to save. In my opinion, that's like the first thing you need to learn if you're going to learn editing. Save after every single change you make, because, and it could just be me, again, it could just be me, but every editing software I've ever had has had moments where it just crashed because I was editing too fast or I was doing something too fast, and it just crashes. It can't handle it, and it crashes, and you lose progress because you didn't save after every edit, basically. I've also had my power cut out. I've also had some other software or something like that affect it and make it crash. There's a lot of things that can happen, and that's just, it's like the number one thing that you need to learn immediately, basically. Something else too that you definitely should learn, this isn't as important as saving, I don't think, but if you want to save time when it comes to editing, definitely make sure you learn the shortcuts. Or if you don't like the shortcuts, customize the shortcuts. On where I have it to where I can press C on my keyboard and it immediately gives me the cut tool, so I can cut that right there, and then I can hit V to go back to this, right? Control Z does undo and all that other stuff like that. I don't think Shotcut ever crashed on me. We are circling you in Ponytown. Are you circling me for real? Oh, I can close these out now. I don't need that anymore. Oh shit! I'm being surrounded. I'm being surrounded. What is happening? Amazing. But learning the shortcuts is super important. Knowing that home brings you all the way to the end. Knowing end brings you all the way to the back end and back and forth. Knowing that like pressing down on the arrow keys brings you to the next cut. Like these kinds of things are going to save you so much time, because instead of having to scroll to see where that cut is, you can literally just hit up on the arrow and it goes to wherever the next cut was. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many shortcuts and stuff like that that I think, and this is true for all editing software, it's not just Wondershare, Filmora, all of them have shortcuts. Customize the shortcuts how you want them and make sure you learn them, because they're super helpful. There's even things like Control G or something like that to group these things together and everything. Like there's so many shortcuts. They're all helpful and they all help save time. Let me see what this sounds like.
And that is the topic of today's video. We're going to talk about all of the things that I think Ponytown should prioritize and focus on and hopefully fix before they focus on other things in the game, because there are plenty of things in the game that can wait. We have plenty of customization.
Birthmark won't be sacrificed. Don't worry about it.
We have over 1,000 of them by the...
Oh, I need to...
We have plenty of customization. We have plenty of items in the build menu. We have over 1,000 of them, by the way. There is a...
right about there, because I knew this one. See, this is something else too. Like as I'm recording stuff, it's weird. I don't know how my brain does this, but as I'm recording it, I'm obviously just ad-libbing everything because I don't have a script. But while I'm saying stuff, I'm also thinking about how I'm going to edit it as well. And the reason why I opened my build menu and started scrolling here is because I wanted to zoom in on the build menu to highlight the items.
We have over 1,000 of them, by the way. There is a ton.
And that was something I thought about as I was recording it, which is it's just weird. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Like I just think about the edits as I'm recording, as well as later,
items in the build menu
and everything else.
And honestly, I think there's bigger things that we should be focusing on before we focus on adding new items or customizations or even other certain features. But this table is definitely one of the main...
Oh, I also need to do text right here. Boom. Since it's like a list type thing, I should include this here. I need to put it somewhere where I start saying tables.
We're going to talk about all of the things that I think
I think it works right here.
There is a ton of items in the build menu.
Let's bring that over
honestly, I think there's bigger things that we should be focusing on before we focus on adding new items or customizations or even other certain features.
Yeah, I think about where I had it is probably fine because it's...
But this table
It's where I
is
first start
definitely
talking about
one
it, kind
the
of.
main ones. This has been like this since the inception of building. Ever since building has existed in the game, tables just haven't worked the way you wanted them to. So that is definitely the number one thing that I think they should prioritize fixing, but there are plenty of other things, and in today's video, let's go over them. So, starting off, number one thing that I think they should prioritize fixing, but there are plenty of other things, and in today's video, let's go over them. So, starting off, we have...
And then I'll cut this.
Changing the sign-in options. Signing in this game is actually pretty simple.
Alright, and then I messed up right here. Yeah, because I pressed the wrong button.
Signing in the...
Yeah, and then I repeat myself here, so I need to get rid of this section here, I think.
Signing in this... Signing in the game is actually...
Yeah, I repeated myself, so I'll just delete that. And save! Make sure you save! Make sure you save! You guys are making me nervous to come back to Ponytown.
Sign-in options. Signing in the game is...
Let me move this up a little bit so you can see the page a little bit better.
Actually extremely simple and easy. Whenever you come to the game for the first time, or even when you're signing back in after being logged out or something like that, this...
Cut out where I'm breathing, I guess. Whatever that was. Be gone! Silence!
Something like that. This is what you're greeted with. You get this right here, sign in or sign up, and it shows you a bunch of different social medias, as well as these right here, which these socials can all be used to sign in.
And then I will zoom in on that too. That was something else I wanted to do. Imagine the Ponytown devs made diss track of you. Get out sound effect plays.
Right here, which these...
I'm pretty sure, I don't know how many of them do, but I know some of the developers watch Ponytown videos. Not necessarily mine. I know they've seen some of mine before in the past. That was how I ended up being a tester a little bit. But they do watch Ponytown videos. I can't say which ones they watch because I have no idea. I don't know. I can't say which ones they like, which ones they dislike, or anything like that either. But I know they watch videos on Ponytown because they like to know like what people think of the game, basically.
Which these socials can all be used to sign in to an existing Ponytown account, so maybe these should be the ones that you focus on mostly, but...
Yeah, I'll get rid of that so I can zoom in on it. Look at that. Wow. And now we can see what that looks like.
Which these socials can all be used to sign in to an existing...
And I already know all of this is done too, so I can just skip all of that.
But here is the problem with this. This system here makes it incredibly easy to accidentally make a...
Oh yeah, I also need this as well. I forgot. Text is something that I tend to forget a lot about. Change sign in. Change sign in, I guess, is just what it has to say. There we go. And I'll put it about right here because that's about when I start saying it.
Options. Signing in the game is...
Yeah, I'll say it about right here.
Options. Signing in the game is actually...
Yeah, and then I know all of this is good after that because that was the only thing I changed back here, so I can just skip all of that again.
But here is the problem with this. This system here makes it incredibly easy to accidentally make a second account. Let's say I played the game for a while. I play the game a bunch. Ooh, look at me. Ooh, look at me. I built a beautiful island, and now I'm bored. I don't like this game anymore. I'm gonna stop playing. I'm gonna sign out. I'm gonna close and everything like that, and I'm gonna be off. I'm no longer playing Ponytown, and let's say I take a break for a week, 2 weeks,
a month, or something like that.
And I hear through the grapevine that there's some new grand update in Ponytown, and I think to myself, hell yeah.
Oh, you know what? It could be kind of interesting too. I don't know if I have it already as a sticker or not. Oh, I need to go to this stickers. I don't know if I've ever. Oh God, yeah, I don't think I have that. So I don't think I can get it either because I don't think I've ever made one. I was gonna get the grapevine texture and use that as a thing. I can get it. It just will take me a while, I think. Banana. Everything Ponytown. We are sacrificing birthmark. Oh God, this is scary. This is scary. Oh goodness. Oh, I kind of wish I would have said little birdie now because I do have the Blue Jay PNG. Is that on this too? I don't know if I ever made it. I don't know if I ever exported it to this. I guess I haven't. Oh well, I have a pigeon. No, I'll just take this, and I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Boom. Zoom out on him a little bit. Bring him up right about there, and we'll get some text to make it where he says it. We are sacrificing. Oh gosh, I gotta see this. Oh no! I'm being sacrificed. Somebody do something. By the way, if you guys want to join the party, oh, I got some whispers here. What's my whispers going on? Oh, people are just saying hello. If you want to join the party, we do have an open party here. If I go to manage invite here, this is the party code. If you guys want to join the party, the editing is locked and everything like that. I'll probably end up locking it again later, but I'll unlock it when we're done with this section or something like that, or when we get close to like the 2-hour mark. And you guys can build and do some fun stuff on the island, and I might share it in a future video. But if you want to join, there is the code right there. It is IHQ gay 0 and an O. So that is the code. Feel free to join using that code. And I don't know. That's just the party. We've had 262 people use it in total so far. How many people have we got in here right now? We got 29 of 130 slots, so there is still room for you guys to join if you wanted to. But let's go back to the editing process here and get something that looks like a chat bubble, right? This right here, maybe. Oh no, I don't like that. This, yeah, right here. It's green, but that's okay. Oh, it's got the. I think I can fix that. There we go. We'll just say Ponytown updated, just like this, and then I'll delete that. And text is a little bit weird in this, in Filmora. It's different in basically every editing software. I don't know why. Let's make that. We'll make it white for now. I'm gonna go to advanced because I have to go to advanced to go down here to give it an outline, and then I have to make the outline black, otherwise it won't look right. And I can change the thickness and everything too, which the thickness was probably fine, but we'll apply that now. And I can double click on it again, go to video, and just have it sit ever so slightly down. That's not even the thing I needed to click on. Why did it move the whole thing instead of just the... Oh, lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Let's shrink it a little bit to make it fit. I want to center it, but it's being too finicky with me. There we go. Boom. I did it! You making a garden? I don't know if Skella doesn't like this, Machuska. It's fine. You guys are fine. You can sacrifice Birthmark.
2 weeks, a month, or something like that.
Yeah, alright. The other thing I need to do is, for the video, I need to... Oh, I don't think I can. Alright, we're gonna do it like this then. I'm trying to hide the little circle there because it's supposed to be like a profile picture for something. All I gotta do is that. Boom. Whoops. Maybe change the size of him or something. Does that look okay? What does this look like?
For a week, 2 weeks, a month, or something.
It doesn't come up right. Is there a better one that I can use? I need it to be like... I wonder if I just have it do like a special animation or something when it comes in. Goodness gracious. Advanced? Is there any animations in advanced? I think there is. Yep, right here. I don't know, to bounce. It almost kind of needs to rotate in, but like kind of quickly. What does that look like? Oh god, no, that's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. Oh, flip. Yeah, that's what we need. We need like a flip up. Yeah, like this right here. Apply that. Okay, now it looks like he says it.
A month or something like that. And I...
The white circle is kind of annoying, but what can you do? It's terrible. No, I might be able to do something with it. Advanced. Can I do anything at all with this? I could crop it. Can I crop it? Alright, that's add a shape. Hang on, we'll figure this out. Apply all this. Click on this. Can I crop this at all? I can't. Dang it. Well, you know what? Whatever. We're gonna live with it.
I'm gonna be off. I'm no longer playing Ponytown, and let's say I take a break for a week, 2 weeks, a month, or something like that, and I hear through the
grapevine
that there's some new grand update in Ponytown, and I think to myself, hell yeah! Update in Ponytown.
And we'll just cut that right there, right?
Ponytown.
Yeah, no, it'll do it regardless. I need to go to advanced again. Animation. Well, you know what? This whole thing was stupid.
Hear through the grapevine that there's some new grand update in Ponytown.
I think it looks
and
fine.
I think to myself, hell yeah!
I don't see a way to make the animation like oh, I can do weird stuff like this. I can transform it. Oh, that just changes its position and stuff like that. I don't think there's a way for me to change the way that works. It's been so long since I've been on one of your lives, Toby Rogers. Well, welcome to the live stream. Sugar Cloud might be next to be sacrificed. That's going to be an interesting one.
Through the grapevine.
Sugar Cloud should be sacrificed.
Grand update in Ponytown, and I think to myself, hell yeah! I haven't played Ponytown in about a month. Let me go back to Ponytown and try this out again.
Try this out again.
And so I open up Ponytown.
Yeah, we can get rid of that stuff too, because no one cares about that. That's irrelevant.
I open up Ponytown and I see this, and I'm like, damn, which social media did I use to sign into Ponytown again? And I'm like, I think it was Twitter. And then you click Twitter.
One side tangent I want to say real quick though is I think it's absolutely hilarious that Ponytown still has not updated the Twitter logo on anything on their site at all. It's literally everywhere. I think even on here, like when you go, yeah, even on here when you reveal your social or like connect to social, even that doesn't show. Even that doesn't show the X logo, and oh, hang on, is it on the homepage? Even that where it shows like you know where it says like thank you for supporting us or whatever else like that. Sometimes they have a Twitter thing there, like follow us on Twitter or something like that. It still says Twitter. They have not changed any of that at all on Ponytown, and I think it's hilarious because well, I mean I think it's just hilarious. Even down here where it shows all of these other things here, it still shows Twitter instead of X or whatever. I think that's hilarious. That's just a side tangent, though. That's not as important here. It's me, Majuska. Wow. That's just something I realized, and I've always thought that was hilarious. Just got a clover, probably because someone thought I was you. Oh, no, I'm Birthmark. I'm sitting in the middle of all those pumpkins.
And then you click Twitter, and it turns out it was actually Discord that you signed in with. But since you click Twitter, you very quickly accidentally create a new account, which is against the rules. If we actually go to the game itself here and go to Ponytown, right here it says don't create more than one account.
I might zoom in on that as well. Boom! Don't create more than one account.
Right here it says don't create more than one account. However, Ponytown makes it extremely easy to make a second account. It's not just like...
I'm probably going to cut that out too.
Oh, easy, like, oh, it makes it easy to break the rule. It's so easy.
I'm going to cut that out too. I don't like it. There's a lot of things like that I tend to cut out of videos because again, I don't script most of my videos. I'm going to go I legit don't remember the last one that I scripted. Oh shit, wait, no, I don't think I did script that one, did I? No, I did. I scripted the, I'm pretty sure I scripted the camp one where I was talking about how the campsite is actually a field trip from the thing. I tried like 3 times to do it without scripting it, and then I realized, damn, I forgot to mention this. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Oh, I said this kind of weird and everything like that. I just messed it up so many times in a row that I was like, I'm just going to write everything down and just write a script for it. And so I did that. But that was probably the last one that I did a script for, was that one. And that's just because I had to be super careful with everything. I want to say that was the last script I did. It's possible I did eventually get it. Man, I hate to just open up the office like this. Let's see what it was. Let's see what the last script that I did was, because I would have written it right here. I'm curious. What do you guys think was the last scripted video? Let's scroll to the bottom here, basically. I'm scrolling, guys. I'm trying to find them. I might or might not do a repo theory video. Let me know if you guys want to see that. Oh yeah, I scripted this, but I didn't do it because it was so short, and I've basically done it before. Wow. Okay, the last video that I scripted was more than a month ago, and it was for a video that won't premiere until Something Social. Something Social is gonna be 23rd, 24th, and 25th over on the event server. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be really cool. I got 2 videos that I submitted for it. One is short, and one of them is a little bit more long form. I have a video there. I scripted it out and everything like that, and I recorded it, and I sent that to him about a month ago. It's I don't want to say anything about it yet, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good little one there. But that was the last one I scripted. So I must have messed up so many times on the campsite one that I just eventually got it right, because I don't have a script written on this file at all for it, which is crazy. Technically, the last script I wrote was the repo theory one, because I wrote down all of my thoughts about the theory I had for it and everything, but that is interesting. I thought for sure I had that one scripted, but I guess not. Just put it in your mouth and close. Okay, that sounds terrible. Let's come back over here. I popped my back. Goodness gracious, I need to pop mine, I think. I am gonna be here on every stream. Hell yeah, Majuska. Elon Musk might sue Ponytown because I didn't change it to X. I don't think that's possible. I don't think you can sue for that.
A second account. It's so easy. It can be accidentally done. Extremely easy.
I'm just gonna have this zoomed in for that whole thing.
To make a second account. It's so easy. It can be accidentally done. It's so easy to accidentally do it, basically, and that is just something that should not be in the game. When you go to sign in, let's say I click on the Twitter thing there, it should then have you show...
Get rid of this audio here, and now I gotta go to media, go to music. I got most of the Ponytown music on here. I don't have the newer ones, but I got most of the Ponytown music on here. The ones I like to use the most are, if I can find it on here. I must have passed it. Hang on. I love Slice of Life is good. I use that one. I use Smell of Books. That's what I'm gonna put on there right now. And then I always do -28 on the volume of it, the decibel of it, because I think any louder than that, and it's too much. So I use Slice of Life, Smells of Books. I like Season, but sometimes it just does not fit the video at all. Falling, I don't know if I still feel like Falling is the best one, but Falling is one of the other soundtracks that Ponytown has, and I used to think it was the absolute best one. This used to be my favorite out of all their music. Now I don't know if it's still my favorite, because there's still plenty of other good ones and stuff like that. But Falling, I use Falling in basically every video as well, and I use Awake in almost every video because that's usually what I use in the intro. Imagine one day the update log says something like fixed outdated Twitter login option, and they just change it to Blue Sky. They need to add Blue Sky. That's something else they should have done. Maybe I should include that in the video, and also give us Blue Sky option. No, but yeah.
It should then
there should be
sign in with
should be
social
Blue Sky
media and all that other stuff like that, and then Ponytown should say, hey, there's no account with this, do you want to create one? And then you can say, yes, I want to create one, or no, I don't want to create one. And then that would tell you, hey, this isn't the one you had signed in with previously. So I can say, no, I don't want to create one because I already have one. Then you get brought back to this page and be like, well, it must have been Discord that I signed in with. So you sign up with Discord and everything can be fixed there. and it makes it so much easier to not accidentally
A
create
grass
extra accounts,
statue.
because creating extra accounts, of course, like I said, is against the rules. And sure, if that happens, you can always email Ponytown and tell them, hey, I accidentally created a second account, and they will try
It's
to
raining
remove it,
tacos.
and everything could be fixed there. But I think this will definitely greatly decrease the chances of people
Tacos would
accidentally
be
creating second
horrible
accounts
to
and
rain down on
potentially
you.
losing them completely forever.
Yeah, tacos. If it rained tacos, that would be absolutely awful. I'm pretty sure this whole section right here can be deleted. And the reason why I say that, and this is something else that you get when you I'll have to listen to it just to be absolutely certain. But in my experience, when there is like a large volume and then like a large gap and then large volume and then large gap, large volume, then large gap, in my experience, it's usually, oh shit, I messed up what I was saying. Let me pause and then try again, and then that happens a couple of times. That's usually what happens. But let's see what this is. Yeah, that's why I was looking at the list.
You don't even use tables.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
and I was talking to
You gotta
chat
use
there.
Tables. Some of the tables work. The next one is.
Yeah, and so and this is so quiet. I know I'm not actually doing the video because I would not have talked that quiet for the video.
Recording.
Yeah. So I'm moving to a position to get the next thing. So yep, I was right. All of that was me mumbling about nothing. We'll make that fade in a little bit. All right.
The next thing on our list is reporting players. Now, the way it currently.
Oh yeah, and I need. I'm just gonna copy this and paste it over here. Reporting. Whoops. Reporting players.
The next thing on our list is reporting
It's rain
players.
and
Now, the way it
tacos.
currently works in the game is actually extremely frustrating. Where is my boat? It's all the way over here.
And then I can cut out going all over there. There's stuff here too because I ended up repeating some things.
Reporting
And
players in this game is actually extremely frustrating. If I go to
I can delete that too since I already said it and I don't want to repeat myself.
Where is my boat? It's all the way over here. If I go to the game right now, click on, let's say, Girl Kisser right here. Let's say I want to report this player. To do that, I have to click on this player. Click.
Now I gotta zoom in over here in the top left. All the way up here. Whoop. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. It's editing
player,
time.
Click this button here, and then click this button right here. Hide for 24 hours or block or something to that effect. And then I hit block, and it's like...
Yeah, block. And it does something. And I can reset all of this and then just zoom in. There's so many, like that's like a shortcut you just learn from doing this long enough too. Like because I was zoomed in like this, right? Because I'm still there.
Block.
I can double click on this, and this resets its position to be more centered, and then this resets its position to be zoomed out all the way. And then all I have to do is this, and since that's in the center, it's just I can zoom in perfectly without having to adjust this, without having to move this around or anything like that. I can just do that like that, and it's super helpful. Bada bing, bada boom. So there's shortcuts like that you can learn as well just by like editing a lot. It's not like a built-in shortcut, but it is a shortcut technically.
And then I hit block, and it's like block request, block chat, blah, blah, blah. You can hide them permanently, 7 days, whatever. Doesn't matter, 15 minutes. Block them. They're gone. They're blocked forever now.
They're not gone. You want to go home, man? The circle died out. What do you mean? The circle! We need the circle! We cannot let the circles end. We can't let the circles expire.
They're gone. They're blocked forever now. Oh, I blocked requests from them. I blocked request. I did the wrong kind of blocking. Hang on, let me.
This I'm also gonna reset as well. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I blocked requests from them. I blocked request. I did the wrong kind of blocking. Hang on, let me. let me go back to them. I want to hide fully, not. See, even.
Yeah.
let me.
Yeah, I don't have to say all of that.
I want to hide.
Yeah, there we go. I'll just cut straight to where that was messed up at. Fade it, so it feels a little bit more natural. Let's see what that does.
I want to hide fully, not. See, even me knowing how to report players makes this extremely difficult. So I'll just hide fully for 15 minutes and block, and now they are hidden for 15 minutes. I can go back to my island where it's safe and I don't see creepy messages. I can go to this menu here, go to the top where my name is, click on that, click.
It's raining tacos. You're gonna get that thing stuck in my head, bro.
Menu here, go to the top where my name is, click on that, click on account settings, and then scroll on down to
Click on account settings, and then over here to block players. My leg is dying. No, not the leg. First the circle and now your leg. This is terrible.
Click on account settings, and then
this is
scroll
awful.
down to where my blocked players list is. Find this person here.
Oh, I need to bump that up a little bit more then, I guess.
And then scroll on down to where my blocked players list is. Find this person here. Copy that name right there. If you don't technically have to copy the name, I guess you could like.
The last player I blocked before this person for the example was 3 months ago, apparently.
Copy the name, I guess you could like. Find this person here. Copy that name right there. If you don't technically that name right there.
I'm gonna cut that part out because that just makes it more confusing.
Write down the name or something like that.
Whoa.
The information about it. Then you have to
Boom, 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 da 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 do. Make that sound more natural. Whoops. Make that sound more natural. Save.
Copy that
boom.
name right there. Then you have to come up here, get your
account ID. Fucking old,
then you
guys.
have to come up here, get your account ID. Then you have to.
Then I can reset all of this so that it's zoomed in good. No! No! Don't do that! Get rid of that! Yeah, exit that. I don't want none of that nonsense. You and your silence direction. Deserved? No! What do you mean it's deserved? Oh, are you talking about the person that I had hidden? I genuinely don't remember what they did or anything like that, so they probably did something crazy.
ID. Then you have to email Ponytown this person, reporting this person. This is their name and my email Ponytown.
Yeah. Get rid of that.
Reporting this person. This is their name and my hiddens list. Blah blah blah. All of this information. It is just a hack.
You also, when you have to show their name in your hidden list and give them your account ID because they can access that, obviously. And then you need to offer like proof of everything they did or what they did. If you have like timestamps and stuff like that, that's also super helpful in your report. So there's a lot of information you can give in your report. And to be fair with Ponytown, when you do email them about a report, they will, if they need more information, they will tell you, hey, go to this account and go to your account and get their name in your hidden list. And they will give you the information you need to make the report more helpful for them. The problem is that wastes time. If they just had that information already there from the beginning, then they would just not have to ask you, hey, give me your account ID, give me this name, did you have any timestamps, or all this other stuff. They wouldn't have to necessarily ask for that stuff because you would just already give it to them because they would know how to do it already, right? This is one of the things that bothers me the most because people have wanted a report button forever, and if they don't want to do it, if they can't do it yet, I know for a fact they can add text on there that explains how to do it, because adding text on the help page is literally as simple as basically typing the text you want to put on there. It's like basically that simple. Obviously you have to make room for it and everything, but it's basically that simple. Like it's not difficult at all.
All of this information, it is just a hassle to report players in this game. It is a disaster, and it can all be fixed with a very simple thing: a report button. Now, a report button would be basically the same thing. You go to the island, you see somebody doing something they shouldn't be, you click on them.
Click,
Click this, and instead of having...
Get rid of all of this.
And instead of...
And we will go to about right here, I'm going to guess. Zoom out a little bit more. There we go. Alrighty.
Them, and instead of having a block option, there should still be a block option, of course. There would be another option.
Strawberry Cow has joined us. That's probably Clarissa. Is that Clarissa? Why can't I click on... Why won't it let me click on it? There we go. Oh, you're trying to give me... I don't want your clover. I want my banana. It's not her, but it is a strawberry cow. She also has one. Now I'm tempted to make a cow. Amazing.
Underneath it that says report player. You click on it, and then it brings up a menu kind of similar to this, and instead of just having...
Yeah, see, I guessed perfectly where that cut should have been.
This, and instead of just having a note as an optional, it would literally be put in all the information you need to about what this person did and everything like that.
Zoom in on that now a little bit. Yeah, that was a really good cut that I did there without, like, just purely off a guess. Your account ID, 2, their name copied from your blacklist, 3, evidence. I literally just reported a minor on 18 plus today. Yeah, that's basically the only 3 things you need. And all they would have to say is those 3 things. Now, I personally think they should explain how to get your account ID and how to get them copied from your blacklist and how to access that stuff. Because I don't think everybody knows you have account settings in this game. I don't know if everybody knows you can access your account settings like that. Does Birthmark like bananas too? I don't know. I've never really thought about it before.
Player. You click on it.
I guess. I mean, I don't think he would be like obsessed with them or anything.
Instead of just having a note as an optional, it would literally be put in all the information you need to about what this person did and everything like that. And then you hit send.
You know, so instead of just deleting that, you can push that stuff over it and it gets rid of it that way. Birthmark, I would say Birthmark, like, he's indifferent about bananas. He's like, just like how the average person is. They're like, oh yeah, bananas are fine. They're not like, hell yeah, bananas, let's go. I think he'd be just more like whatever about them.
That, and then you hit like that, and then you hit send, and it sends it to the email automatically, and you're done. The player would
look at your PT screen. There is me as a question mark. Are you doing question marks now? What is this? Your question mark's backwards. Your question mark is backwards, bro. We got, what the hell? Random series of letters followed by Cordelia as a Skella cosplay, I guess. Very strange.
Would be reported. It would be a super simple solution, super simple system. But if they didn't want to do that for whatever reason, which it is starting to.
Yeah, I messed that up badly.
But if they didn't want to do that for whatever reason, which it does starting to seem like,
I think right here I can go frame by frame here to get rid of this, just like that, and I think that's right.
Which it is starting to.
Boom! Look at that. You can't even tell. You can't even tell that was a cut. You can't even tell there was a cut there.
Reason, which it is starting to seem like they don't want to do. There is still another solution and something else they definitely,
Boom.
in my opinion, absolutely have to do, and that is explain how to report a player. Because as far as I'm aware, the only reason anybody
the question mark is back to Majuska. Yeah, Majuska is just
report another player
questioning everything
through my videos and other people in the game explaining how to report players.
Yeah, that pause there is annoying. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Report players. There's basically no way to know how to report players besides asking a ton of people and hoping that one of them gives you the correct information. So I propose that if you don't want to introduce it.
Dang, I thought my phone's keyboard has a backwards question mark. Instead, I have a Spanish confusion. Oh.
A report button. Maybe that needs a long. Maybe that's something they can't do until they have a much bigger team or something like that. At the bare minimum, you need to put it on the help page and the about page potentially. Right here where it says help. All of.
Right over here on the left, because that's where I focus this at. Boom, boom, boom. A shapeshifter! Oh no!
It says help, all of the common issues, the contact information. Right here where it says contact, it should say, please see our common issues if you have any questions or technical issues. And then instead of just saying for everything else, it should say, if you want to report a player.
If you want to report a player, do this.
Player, here's the list of steps you need to do to report a player. And then also include the.
Cut out the last part of that and just have that fade out.
The email right there. they should,
Good.
at the very bare minimum, explain to players in the help page how to report a player.
I think you could hear me swallow there at the last second there. More audio! We'll put falling on here now. And minus 28 on that. Save. We'll push that over a little bit more. Boom.
How to report
This video is
a player.
almost done.
Additionally, this you don't technically have to
What
do
the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Right here.
how to report a player. Additionally,
Yeah, you could hear me like swallow or something. I need to cut that out a little bit better. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Gulping. I'm gonna gulp some water. Nature circle around Danny. I can't believe it.
player. Additionally, this you don't technically have to do this, but if I go to, let's say, hide another player, let's go back to the island. When I go to block them, maybe when I go to hide them or time them out or whatever else like that, maybe it should, instead of just saying this, there should be more information on here that says, hey, if you're blocking this player, do you also want to report them? Here's how to do it, and include the email and all the steps included in that as well. This would also be extremely helpful in the game, but of course, that is just something that I personally think they definitely need to prioritize. Something else, and this one is not as important.
Alright, we'll paste this down there, right there, 04, right there, down there. Direction signs. Direction signs.
As important as other stuff, but things like the signpost here, I think could use some improvement. For starters, if there's a player standing right here, and
I'm zoomed in already, everything. If you want to do this, if you want to report a player, do this, British accent. I tend to have a little bit of a British accent to me. Banana. You guys got like a bee, you got a tree, you got grass. You got grass and flowers. You got a tree, you got a strawberry, you got a bee, and you got a random fox. This is some kind of nature scene here. And then two Skellas observing Birthmark hide in the nature, I guess. I don't know.
Player, I will have no right here.
Go get rid of this too, because this is all nonsense. All of it's nonsense.
Here, and I'm a new player. I will have no idea there's a signpost here. I will have no idea how to find certain locations because the signpost will be covered up by players. And that is something that you just don't want to have. There is technically ways to click on it, because if there's a player blocking it, you can hold shift when you click on it, and it will still click on it, and it will still show you the information like that. But again, these signposts should be specifically for new players, and I think...
Let's see what happens right here.
Yeah, like right here for...
Yeah. Hey, don't forget the cow. Well, I called the cow Strawberry instead of a cow. A tree is lying on
like
you.
Right here, for example.
It sounds awful.
Covering up part of it, obviously not all of it. I think a simple solution to this would be to just have the...
Let me over here. They're the Jefflings apparently. What the fuck does that mean? PC players are already bad at following instructions. The amount of players that ask where the buildings are instead of following the signs or even using the map right now is infuriating. I agree with the mini-map thing. I think with the mini-map, it should be obvious where everything is. The direction signs is, I think there's problems with the direction signs, and that's what I was trying to talk about here, basically. How to report a player. It would do a lot. I think it would do a lot. The how to report players, I think would do a lot. Instructions on how to do it, because you got to think, like, especially if it's like right when you go to block them and it asks, hey, do you also want to report this player? Here's how to do it. I think especially if you had it that way, it would definitely increase the number of reports, because people are going to see it. They're going to see it when they go to hide them or block them or something like that. Because when they click on somebody and click block, it gives you a bit of information on like what it means and everything. So surely the people are like actually reading like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 24 hours fully and reading the descriptions of what those mean and stuff like that. I think it would help tremendously with reporting players. There's still going to be people, it doesn't matter how clear you make anything in any game, there's going to be people that ask how to do stuff. I have had people, I kid you not, have had people ask me, how do you send messages in Ponytown? I have had people ask me that before. Not in Ponytown, of course, outside of Ponytown, because if they asked me how to send messages in Ponytown, I'd be like, well, you just sent one. But I've had people ask me how to do it, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. I've had people ask me like super simple stuff, like how do I go to the island, even though it's like the party boat is there, it shows you that it's your island, there's a sign there, you click on it, it tells you what it is. Especially with like the mini map there and everything like that, it should be obvious how to get to your island. It's a little bit, less obvious than the other thing, but I've had people ask me the most basic questions about how things work in the game, and that's why I ended up doing the Beginner's Guide to Ponytown video, because all of these basic, most simple things, there shouldn't be any questions about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, people shouldn't be asking how to find a location, or like how to find, like how to get to the island, or how to hide a player. Some of this stuff should just be obvious. It should just be in the game, and it should explain it. And no matter how obvious it is, people are gonna ask the question anyway. Even if just for trolling, it's gonna happen regardless. I've had people ask me like how to get flowers when there's a flower like right next to me. Like I don't know. The amount of people who I notice say they use the slash and backspace instead of enter. Oh, I use slash instead of, if I'm in game and I'm gonna type a command like slash roll, I'll hit slash and then just type in roll. Ooh, 99 of 100. Yo, that's great. If I'm gonna send a message, I'll hit enter. I didn't know backspace was even a way to open the message. I don't know what you mean by backspace, because that doesn't actually open the thing. But if I'm gonna send a message, I'll hit enter. If I'm gonna do a command, I will type in slash, which will then immediately open a slash, and then I can do whatever, like slash shrug or whatever. And then that's just a shortcut I use. But if you use slash to open it every time, that's just not good.
Players,
ritual of nature.
Like right here, for example,
nature ritual. Nature ritual.
Not all of it. I think a simple solution to this would be to just have these be taller so that players can't cover them up. Make them as tall as the lantern posts or something like that, or maybe even change them to some extent. Is this Animal Crossing right here? This is.
I just realized their name was Autism Mascot. Yeah, for regular chat, using the slash to open. Oh, typing slash and then a backspace. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. But using the slash to open the chat is just not. It's not very convenient. I have done it a couple of times though, but that's usually because like, oh, I'm gonna send a command and then I change my mind.
Animal Crossing right here. This is amazing. You got Blathers and Celeste here, but I think that's something that's super simple. It's not obviously as big of a priority or as big of an issue as like reporting players or some of the other things, but I think it definitely should be improved and something that they should try to focus on.
They could change the directional signs completely, like change how they look to make them more obvious that they're directions, basically. Like you could have it be replaced with a map, and then you click it and it opens up your map or something like that, or something to that effect. I think that could be helpful. And I have said before, I think in older videos, that I would love for that to be one way they implement the minimap, is to you click on the direction signs and it just shows a map instead. But I think the way it is right now is probably fine. It just needs to be easier to tell, like, you can do stuff. Something else, and I know they've had this issue before in the past, because the box of lanterns, whenever you hovered over the box of lanterns or the box of fruit or items like that in the game, it used to be where it would show the name of it. Like whenever it hovered over a box of lanterns, it would say box of lanterns above it to hint at the fact that you can click on it. They removed that at some point, and they've debated on it before about like the reason why it had the name above it to show that you could click on it was because there was no obvious way that you could click on it to get something out of it. So there's probably still a lot of players out there today that don't know you can just click on objects to interact with them, but it seems like such a basic gameplay mechanic that you would think like people would just do that anyway. If my character wants to fight Skella, but he had to use one power. What would it be? Well, I don't know. That's you. You're asking which power would you use? Because you said wants to fight Skella, but he, aka me, wants to fight Skella. What power would it be? I don't know. It's whatever power you want. It's your character, right? I saw several people find out you can use enter to chat mid game. That is crazy, and they weren't new either. They had super complex skins. That is crazy. Why would they think slash would be the default way to open chat? I mean, I understand enter, like not knowing enter was the way to do it, because a lot of games use like T as the shortcut to open up the chat, which maybe Ponytown could consider having. But slash, why would they think slash is the default way to do it? I guess maybe besides clicking on the chat bubble in the corner.
Focus on. All right, and here is the last one, guys. This one is again maybe not the biggest issue out there. And
okay.
Here is the.
All right.
Focus on. Here is the last one on my list, guys. This one is again maybe.
All right, and then we'll cut that out, I guess. What does that sound like?
Last one on my list. Again, maybe not the biggest issue out there, but I personally think that there should be a second safe server. Right now, if you go to the servers, right here, there is over...
Yeah, right here. Boom, boom, boom. This is number 5. Second safe server. I mentioned this actually in a really recent video. Actually, the most recent one, where we had... where I went over all of the ideas on the Reddit. Somebody said the PG server, and I mentioned like we probably should have a second safe server.
Right now, if you go to
instead.
The servers, right here, there is over 3,000 people on the safe server. You could say it's safe English.
Just to zoom in a bunch so that you know I'm not. Just so you know I'm not joshing you.
To the servers.
Banana ritual. Banana ritual. Banana ritual.
On the
Move that up a little
safe
bit.
server. You could say it's safe English. You could say it's a global safe server, whatever. But
It's
there is
something.
only one of these, and it has 3,500 people in it. Now I don't know. I can't say this for certain, but I have been here many times. I've been in Ponytown for a long time. Almost every time I go onto Ponytown, there's almost 3,000 people in the safe server. There's almost always this many people in the safe server. And
Kicks down door. What is your brotato? What's up, brotato chips?
so I think we need a second.
We're making a video live on stream. We recorded everything. We're editing it now.
And so I
Cat screaming.
Server.
Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe change that slightly.
So I think we need a second safe server. Now, some people have argued that we need a PG.
Okay, get rid of that a little bit. We're almost done. We're almost done with this video.
Some people have argued that we need a PG-13.
It's such a short video that it doesn't need
and things like that. And I don't want to comment
a lot
on
of
any
editing,
that stuff.
you know.
But I think we definitely need a second safe server because look how many people.
Look at your screen. Are you telling me to look in Ponytown? I'm not going to enter any party. I have my own party. I'm going to show it again. Manage invite. You can join the party with this invite code here. In the game, all you gotta do is type that in, and you will be able to enter the party. Why did you want me to look at the screen? The Moo is an editor. The Moo is an editor. What does that mean? What does that mean?
People are online here. And then look at how many people are online on Safe Russian 1. There's 4,000 people here. It makes sense that they have over 3,000 people, that they need at least a second Safe Russian server. But instead of just having a second one, they have 3. And then over here, you go to the Safe Spanish. That could arguably have a second safe server as well. But maybe...
the music ended. It's almost over, so I might ignore that and just have the outro music. We'll see what happens. We're going to do the rest of this video without adding it yet. I'm going to suggest recording one of my things, but I'm afraid it'll summon the TikTokers. What do you mean? What does that mean?
But maybe it's not big enough. But then you go to Save Vietnamese.
I gotta zoom down now. There we go.
And there's not even an 18+ Vietnamese server with.
That's kind of weird on its own. I think there should. That's something else I should have said, but There should be an 18 plus Vietnamese server. I kind of see why they made all of them safe server, because in a way it's kind of safer for them, but at the same time it's kind of dangerous too to not have a place for the 18 plus users, which surely there is plenty of them. I wonder if in the Vietnamese community there is some kind of like community agreement that the say Vietnamese one is the 18 plus server and the other ones aren't, or something like that, and so the adults go to this number one, and I wonder if there's some kind of like weird Vietnamese agreement that that's the case. Obviously it's not an official thing, but like if you're streaming and call waiting list, I don't want to do I don't think I'm gonna record a second thing on stream. If I record something else after this, it won't be live on stream. But yeah, there should probably be one. I understand with like Safe Indonesian and Safe Chinese that there's only a safe server because they only need one Indonesian server, and it just makes more sense for it to be a safe server rather than an 18 plus server. So still though, that does feel like, considering how many there are, it does feel kind of rough that there's not an 18 plus one.
And there's not even an 18 plus Vietnamese server, which is also kind of strange. But again, there's over 3,000.
Everyone has banana. The banana ritual has started. My ideas, your ideas don't suck. Banana moo. Yeah, we got some bananas on here. The banana moo don't got no banana though. I cry. R.I.P. bro. R.I.P. Don't cry.
To more than one safe server, I think.
Alright, final have a lot of powers. What would Skella choose? I don't know. I don't remember all the powers.
I think Ponytown should introduce more than one safe server. I think Ponytown should introduce.
I think if Skella was to choose her own superpower, it would probably be something involving stealth or invisibility or something like that. Maybe you could argue that she would want like some kind of water powers or some kind of nature powers or something like that. But I think invisibility would kind of suit Skella, because she already hides and stalks and then attacks. She's already got kind of like that predator vibe where she just like almost like a cat, like a tiger or something.
Safe server.
Sorry, it makes sense.
I think Ponytown should introduce a second global safe server. You could probably get away with getting rid of one of the Vietnamese.
Gonna zoom out of this now. Zoom out like this. Mamma mia!
Vietnamese ones or one of the safe Russian ones, if you really absolutely needed to, in order to afford the second safe server, whatever. But that is definitely something else. Like safe server.
Yeah, there we go. All of this. Be gone with all of this. Save.
That is definitely something else I think they should prioritize in this game.
All of my reconnecting. How dare it reconnects? The internet is just not very good. This is one reason why I don't. This is one of the things that like I've been trying to find like non-gaming related things, or at least offline related games to play on streams and stuff like that, because I disconnect so much. My internet is just not very good to stream and play a game at the same time. It just doesn't run very well.
Are there any other things in this game that you think?
I'm surprised nobody in the chat said answered this.
Game. Let me know in the comments below. But for now, that's gonna do it for this video.
And now I gotta go to ads again, right here. Now by default the picture is like 5 seconds long. I don't want it to be that long, so I'm gonna bring that down to about 3 seconds. Then I'm going to go to transitions, and I use orb twists on both ends, and I just shrink the duration of it to like 0.6 or whatever on both ends. Somewhere about like that, and I'll move that over a little bit more.
And I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider
liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all of those wonderful things like that.
Because when you do wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.
There we go. And then none of this is necessary. That was just what
I'm over here now.
Oh wait, no, that was.
I'm going to the beach. What the fuck? I'm over here now.
I'll include it. Why not? It's a little bit goofy. So I go to end. I've had issues before too, where when editing, I accidentally cut something like this, for example, and it's just way out here somewhere, and so I think the video is over, but then I go to render it, and I have like a minute of nothing there. So I always hit end on my keyboard to show where the end of the video is before I export anything or finish anything. So let me go to media here now, and I got stock media. I go to mine and get the bananas, drop that down, keep the whatever. I always shrink this down to about 9-ish seconds as well. Then I go back to media, back to project, back to global media actually, sorry, and then adds logos, and I put Absurdable else up there because that is available right now, and you can find it in the description below. Click on it, go to basic, and zoom out a little bit so that there's room for other stuff. Over here, we'll make that fade out a little bit better. Zoom out again, and music, scroll down. The outro that I love to use is not a Ponytown song. It is, I feel it all so deeply. It is by Bail Bonds. It is a copyright-free thing. I love to use it in outros because it has such an outro vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? I will make that -28. Go to the end here. Click right here. And to make it go back to full volume, what I do is I click on this, hold Alt, and then click about right here somewhere, and then still holding Alt, click about right here somewhere. Then double click that and change that from -28 to -10. Boom, and now it sounds quiet.
I'm over here now.
And it goes back up loud again for the outro. And then right about here, it'll slow down again. Boom, 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 boom. I do need to move it over slightly. That's okay. Yep. All right, perfect. And over here, I will have that shrink to about right there. So that is basically it. I basically, as far as I know, don't have to do anything else to this. I could export this right now. Now, I'm probably going to watch this later to double check that I didn't mess anything up since I was doing it on live stream. Maybe I forgot to do something. So as far as I'm aware right now, without double checking it, it should be fine. I'll double check it off stream. And for the rest of the stream, we can go on the island and do some fun, wacky stuff there. So I'll hit save here, and then we'll go back to Ponytown. Bada bing, bada boom. We got all kinds of people around us. We got some Skelepunks. Can't believe it. There's poop here. Who invited the poop? You've performed Mamma Mia on stage? I can't believe it. That's crazy. Damn, someone pooped on Mini Skele. I can't believe it. Why would they do this? Super Punch, teleportation, cloning. Oh no, it moved. Speaking of moving, if you guys want to join the party, here is the code. I will put it up on screen again, and also manage invite and copy it and invite code to party. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. You can copy and paste that in there and join the party, and we'll go to the island to do some cool stuff there. Ghosting can turn into a ghost and placed somewhere else. What? Can you invite me to the party? Which one is you? I can invite you, I guess. Oh, I clicked on the wrong person. I can invite you. Invite to party. You disabled party invites. Amazing. Hell yeah, let's go. Banana cow, leaf, all kinds of stuff. Let's go. Let's go to the island. Going to the island for the island dance. We're a bunch of islanders. Look at these dudes floating on the lily pads. Look at them go. That's crazy. It's amazing. Time control. Is that a bird? What is that? It is! It's a bird! It's a bird! Oh my gosh! I love birds. Oh my god, there's so many of them! There's so many birds! Why is there so many birds here? This is amazing! I can't believe it. So many birds. This is the greatest thing ever. I'm in paradise. You guys go on the island without me. Here, I'll unlock a map and things so you guys can have fun. I'm gonna vibe here with the birds. Hell yeah, I'll do a bird dance. Is this the bird dance? I don't think they speak English because well, no, that wasn't them. That was. Oh yeah, there's a lot. Do they speak English? There's so many birds. What do the birds? What do the birds say? What did the birds say? What have they heard? What have they heard? What have the birds said? It's a bird meetup. Yeah. Personally, if I got to choose any power, it would be time manipulation. I think time manipulation would be it's basically the only power you would need. With that, you at least to everybody else's perspective, you would have teleportation. You wouldn't technically have teleportation because you would still have to travel there. You just do it instantly to everyone else's perspective. But you basically get a lot of other powers with time manipulation. And I genuinely think it's like probably the most OP one out of all of that, because if you're fighting somebody, you could just pause time and kill them. Or you could go back in time, make it where they can't be born. You could do so many things to them, and it would be literally impossible for them to do anything about it. Some characters, like, some characters are able to detect that you went back in time to try to, like, do something to them. Some of them are able to sense it or something. But for most characters in fiction, like, you would just instantly win. You instantly win. You instantly beat Batman. You instantly beat Superman. You instantly beat basically anything, unless they also have some kind of time-related powers, you instantly beat them. There's no fighting against it. I don't think they do speak English, guys. Not a single one of them has said anything to me. Tweet. Also, tweet. They don't. What am I gonna do? The birds. It's just like real life. I can't talk to them. Damn it. This is terrible. I'm gonna leave. What a terrible life. Where am I at right now? I should have cleared the map for you guys. I'm gonna clear the map. Here you go. Clear the map. There you go. Map is cleared. You can do whatever. Do something. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't technically matter if they build on the island on like my main one or anything like that. It literally doesn't matter because the island is going to be deleted later anyway. I'm curious what you guys build though. I wanted to look at some table ideas potentially, like custom tables, and I think the inkwells will look good possibly as like table legs. Yeah, see, that doesn't look too bad. That's not the worst thing. Oh my god. Ugh. I'm dead. Maybe I should make a video showing all the different ways to make, like, tables in the game, since tables don't work. The thing is like, even with this, you have to be careful, because there's some items that will still layer underneath it. I don't know which ones do, but some items that you might not expect, like paper. Like, even this, I can't put on there. I can't even put an old paper on top of this, unless it's, like, way down like this. You know what I'm saying? Some of it I can. The paper stack, if I want to put it at the very top, it just does that. You can put it on there, but if I wanted it angled a little bit better, I physically can't do that. Same thing with this way. This is actually even more egregious, I think, when it's rotated. Same with paper. Paper is one of the main things you cannot put on tables. I don't think there's a single table in this game that can have paper on top of it and it look good. Well, actually, that's not true. That's not true. Where the hell is it? I'm pretty sure the engraved table can hold them. Bro, what the fuck? Okay. Yeah, it can, but it can't go past that point. Paper is just so bad at being able to be placed on tables. I don't even know why it's so bad. It just is genuinely just really, really bad for some reason. Goodness gracious. The birds are in the Russian place. I think they're speaking Arabic or SAR. I don't think Ponytown knows how to render them on the messages above your head, so it doesn't show them. But if I looked at chat, it would show them. Like here at local, I'm over here, scroll up a little bit. See, it was Arabic. All of this text. Oh, Birthmark's covering it up, but you gotta trust me. You gotta just trust me, guys. Just trust me. Once Danny goes offline, you can answer me if someone's being a bad sport and destroying your build, so I can eat them. Yeah, if you have an issue, talk to them afterwards, after the stream, which is gonna end soon. But yeah, tables and paper are the one thing that you would hope mixes well, but it just doesn't. Wow, I'm lagging so bad. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to build with you guys. Oh, look, they're building a little house. Look at them go. Oh, they're killing the house now. Look at them go. I can't believe it. Another table, like a small table, like a log seat, basically. Maybe I could put some ingot on it. That won't work. That looks weird. That looks weird. That looks too weird. That also looks weird. I really like making frames out of the ingots, by the way. I think they look really cool. I did something before with them. Let me get a spot here. I'll make it wood, I guess, for now. Just so I can make sure it's perfectly squared and centered. So you do that. Get one about right here. Get one right about there. Something like that, anyway. There we go. More thin ingots. Connect them right here. And just carry that over to you at the end. Boom. And boom here again. And we connect these right about here. And right here. We'll have to, I did this wrong somehow. I don't know what I did wrong, but I did something wrong. I may not have centered these properly. Oh yeah, I see now. There we go. Now it matches. More or less it matches. So now you can keep that as a frame like that, or you could put something in there. Something that looks good, in my opinion, are the statuettes. So you put that there. And now it looks like it's like a statue that's meant to be there. You could also then put Fez in there. Have him be right there. You could even add more onto it by having this go down a little bit. And having that be like it's a whole thing. Just like that, right? Something a bit like this. And that's not too bad. It kind of looks like he's standing on a podium or something. I really just love... the ingots, especially the thin ones, have definitely become one of my new favorite items because there's so many things that I've learned to do with them. Like, you can make them pipes. So we can make this like right here like this, and then it can turn, and then go down a little bit more, and then go this way. Like, you can make so many things like this now. And then we can get the what the hell is it called? I don't actually know what it's called. What is it called? What is it called, chat? It's not an outdoor? That's where you would expect it to be. These things don't exist inside. Give me the indoor, you son of a bitch. Is it indoor? Is it inside? It is! A water pump. This feels like more of an outdoor object. But you can do it like this, and boom, there you go. It's like pipe going into something. You could even get some icicles like this, or even like this maybe. Nah, let's do like this. Boom, and then a second one, so it's dripping. Boom. Now it's a leaky pipe and everything. It's cool. What's party invite code? Here is the party invite code. I will show it up on screen again. Manage invite. Here it is right there. There's the party invite code. Is this Ponytown? Yeah, it is Ponytown. Don't call them a dumbass, bro. That's mean. This is the party invite code. There is party invite code. I'm gonna close it now. So you can have some pipes going around and stuff like that. So they're good for pipes. You can have that going from that into some kind of box or something. Let's have it go into this. So now it looks like water's coming from... Oh, well, hang on. I just gotta load. Now it looks like water's coming from that through the pipe and up to that. Simple. If I wanted this to be the other way around, I could have it go up like this or something. Or, I mean, you can't really put stuff on the counter, but there could be some cool stuff you could do if you could put them on the counter. And that's where, like, new tools would be nice to have or something like that. These are good for, like, if you want to do a garden bed or something like that. So let's get, like, some dirt. Or actually, The dark tile could be good for that. Hang on, I just messed up. I'm lagging, but you know what? It's fine. And have like a garden like this. Get some ingots wherever the fuck they are. Right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Right here. Right here. Right here. Just line it up with it, basically. You know what I'm saying? Super simple stuff here. The ingots are so good for stuff. Hello! Hello to you, random person. And then you can even have them rotate into it or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan. Hell yeah. I'll try to build you a fan. See, that almost even looks like a shelf. So you got a shelf there, but also if I had like food and storage, so that's probably the right category maybe. I love Daddy's videos. Thank you! Thank you! One of these. Oh, this is kind of rough. Oh, I could just use a wall. What am I doing? Give me the wall. See what I'm saying? Like say this is your thing. Ignore these for a second. Say you have a setup like this. I can even put a window here. Boom. Now I just get some flowers. Like this. This and this. Put a couple of dandelions in there because they're like weeds or whatever. They ain't keeping up with their flower bed, guys. They just ain't doing a good job with it. We can put a bush in there, a couple of other weeds like this coming out the edges. Then we can have a watering can over here next to it too. So like they're trying to take care of it, but they just ain't doing a very good job, you know. Where are the other plants at? Here we can put some of these in there, and these. Whoops, that's not. You gotta be careful with the leaves clipping through, but other than that, like, you could just stick all kinds of plants in here. Go full ham. This is your flower bed. Nobody can tell you what to put in your flower bed. I'm even gonna put the worst flower in the game. Look at that. See? Boom. And there you go. Now it looks like a garden bed, or like a flower bed or something like that. And all you needed was the ingots. Because watch this. I'm gonna get rid of the ingots. And watch this. Look how much worse that looks. That looks like shit now. That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It's terrible. It's absolutely nonsense. Awful. Absolutely awful. But with those ingots back there, that's all it takes. And boom, it looks good again. It frames it like a garden bed. It looks good. Looks like I'm running out of things to say. Say whatever you want to. You can even walk in this. You could mix up any kind of flowers you want to, whatever. The ingots are just so good for so many things, bro. I've used them for shelving before as well. I literally just kind of did there. You can make little stick figures with them. I mean, watch this. Boom, stick figure. Let's do it. Boom, boom. And there's round ingots for the head. You know what I'm saying? And then we give him some legs. Like this. Boom. We even got a little stick figure here. You can mix in some berries or something, and you got yourself like a little stick man with eyeballs. There's so many things you could do with these ingots. It's crazy. I love it. Absolutely. Oh, they're trying to show me their thing. What are you trying to show me? This is cool. Oh, is this like the table? Like a table suggestion? It's pretty good. I like it. I like it. It's a good little area. I like the nature around it too. Like the nature trying to take over it a little bit. Finally, someone used the code and found the actual you to tell you they're a fan instead of telling me. Amazing. Oh, they're probably watching the stream. This person right here, whoever's building this watches Amethea 100%. 100% they watch them, or Purple Goober on TikTok or whatever. 100% they watch them because this is 100% inspired by their builds. Yeah, the gardens. Got like a little birthday thing going on up here. This is pretty nice too. I didn't. Wow, holy cow! This is really cool. This is clever actually to use the garlands with the hanging crystals here. I think you have a crystal branch here, which is terrible, but using the hang. Well, yeah, it's fine, I guess, because it's just to show the hanging crystals. But yeah, pretty cool. I like the idea of combining those. That's actually a good combination. But I can say that I'm a DJ and I make music on my YouTube channel. That's crazy. What you got going on over here? This is like, I'm gonna pretend we're inside. We're up in like the attic or like a loft or something, and this is the window there, and this is just a cozy area in the building, I assume. That's what vibe I get. I don't know what's going on here. Is this supposed to be fireworks? I think that's what this is. Then we got, I think that's it. That's everything that we got built. That's everything we got building right now. That's everything, man. That's everything. If you want, the thing too about this frame idea is you can make that as long as you wanted to. So you can have it be like, you know, I could extend this out if I wanted to. I could make this wider, you know? And then I could have 2 of them or something. Oh my god, are they kissing? What? No, but like you could literally make that like however you wanted to. You could even have the pipes. Again, you can have pipes coming from that. Sticking on over. Doing whatever. It almost kind of looks like he's on a spatula or something. But something else too is the sparklers are good for pipes too. And this is actually kind of clever as well. If you take the sparklers, I'm just doing random build tips here now, I guess. If you take the sparklers, let's get the black ones so that it's more of a solid color. These are kind of like wires. So if I have this coming into this and then sticking on out like this, just like that, now we get a lit one. That's not a lit one. Here we go. Make it black. It looks like somebody cut the wire. Especially if I do this. And then get an axe. Who would do that? They cut the wires! Oh my god! How could they do this? It might look better with the... No, I think that looks fine. They cut the wires! How could they do this? No! No! My music machine is ruined! Oh god, whatever will I do? Oh yeah, it is fireworks. It's like 2025 celebration. Yeah, that's what you could do with these. They're good for like wires and cables and stuff. Additionally, you could have it be like this at the end of stuff. Whoops. So now it looks like this is a machine that's like broken or something. So if you wanted to have like some kind of machine and you make yourself a good machine, you can hide a lit sparkler like this and it will look like it's sparking a little bit, which is kind of another clever thing you could do as well. I really like the wire cut thing though more. I think the wire cut thing looks better, but you know, you can play my music on stream if you want to. You have permission to play my song on my stream. Yeah, that's okay. I don't need no music. Don't do it. It's already been done. They've already cut it. They cut the machine. Need to delete these things behind here. All right, there we go. There we go. Perfection. It's my machine. It's been cut. I can't believe it. Why would they do this to my machine? What else? There's a lot of niche items that, like, when you use them just right, they change everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, the candle holder could possibly be used for legs for something. We could do something kind of like this. Let's do this on that, and then we'll get... It'll probably have to be a hanging object because it's up so high. Oh, there's not one that's with just one crystal, so I can't do that. But if I could put just one crystal in there, that would be good. I can't watch the stream because I'm not home right now, and I'm gonna be here. Okay, fair enough. What can I do to improve that? I want it to look like there's a button in there, and I don't think I can. Let's change it up then. We can get thin ingots, just like this. And then another thick one. Now it looks like something. Not the machine. The machine is coming down. We can get a little berry right about here. And here. Maybe a green light right here. And look at that. It's looking more like a machine already. Where's the stick at? I could have one of these sticking out of there. So it's like an antenna. Have one of those sticking out. Does that look like an antenna? I don't think it does. If I could change the color of it, it would. Something, you know? This just looks like a machine to me. I don't know. That's all I got for you. I think with that done, I probably should end the stream now. What the hell is this? I don't know what this is. What is this? Is this just a triangle? Is that all they were trying to make with this? Curiouser and curiouser. What else you guys got going on over here? Anything else? Oh, sad birthday party. Nobody came to the birthday party. That is really sad. Hey, this is kind of nice. It's a tulip triangle. It's a tulip triangle. Goodness. I kind of like this area. This is kind of nice. It's like a little garden with some rocks and some plants and stuff. I am so glad they finally gave us the unpotted versions of these plants. I'm so glad they finally did that, honestly. It has been it is really great. Being able to put especially hang on, let me get it. Especially this one right here. This one right here is especially good to have an unpotted version for because it just looks like weeds. You know what I'm saying? Like it looks like weeds. Where is it at in the build menu? It's not in the nature category. Yeah, it is. It's called a medium plant. This is so good because it just looks like weeds or like just nature. It looks a little bit like grass. There's a lot you can do with just that alone as well, and that's one of the best ones, I think. The rest of them are great too, but that one I think is my favorite of those unpotted versions just because they have more versatility than the flower ones do. In a football stadium, that's crazy. You must sue the pony who broke the machine. Who did this? Why would they do this? Oh my god, he's crying. Why is he crying? That's actually really good. I like that. The use of the crystals for the tears. Oh my god, it's such an exaggerated cry. It's amazing. It's amazing. Incredible. I don't know why he's crying though. Why is he crying? What happened to him? I'm gonna give him something to cry about. Frisk moment. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys can continue to build and do whatever you want to on the island. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's an Undertale thing, I think, and I don't know anything about that. You got two whispers. What are my whispers? Oh, you whispered me you're in a football stadium too. Okay. Have fun with your football game or whatever you're there for. And that's going to do it for the stream. Thank you guys for coming, watching. If you guys want to see something like this again in a future live stream where I just do a video from start to finish, let me know. Maybe next time I won't do all the editing stuff. I feel like you guys maybe don't like watching me edit as much as you like the other stuff. So I probably won't do any more editing on stream or anything like that. It does take a while, especially if it's like a longer video or if there's more complex stuff going on. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did and you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing. If you are subscribed, please consider donating or sharing the channel or commenting on some videos and stuff like that, because obviously all that stuff helps out a ton. But yeah, I'm going to sit AFK right here in my plants, and that's it. I'm gone. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.